when you open the mark scheme for this section, that's task 2, identifying and fixing defects in an existing code, you're going to see this section here, and this section here is going to highlight to you, the reader, all the mistakes found in the current one that we're looking at. Obviously you won't get this in the exam, so you will need to go through and fix all of these issues yourselves. I'm not going to dwell too much on this because again, this will change every single year. You will never ever have the same things shown to you again. This is the one from 2021. If I scroll down, I'm going to look at the mark scheme, the things that you need to focus on. So it says, for example, this one here, for the assessment focused on the banding and the grade. So let's have a quick look at that. Assessment focus, use of testing to identify defects. Maximum marks for this is 8. Understanding of the testing process, the maximum marks for this is 4. The solution, the maximum marks is 9. Again, as of 2024 September, this might change. This is old 2021 version. If it does change, you won't be any drastic changes in my opinion. Tests selected show a thorough and detailed understanding of the identified program requirements. What does this mean? Quite simply, whatever the program is asking you to enter, so this is just for the test, this is just for the testing, whatever the program is asking you to enter, you enter it, but you enter it in 3 different versions. Again, normal data, erroneous data, and extreme data. So the one that we looked at earlier was getting name. So the name, enter a normal name, and I don't mean like an English name, I simply mean a name that has a decent amount of characters, so maybe between, let's say, 3 and 15 characters long. You enter some erroneous name and you enter an extreme name, so something that you know should never ever work. If you identify every single error in the code, even if you don't fix it, it simply says testing has comprehensively identified the errors in the code provided. And if you've tested it, showing that you can add in normal, extreme, or erroneous data, and you've selected decent tests to show that you understand what the program needs. So you go through, you follow what the scenario said, and you also follow what the program is asking for. Just by doing that basic testing there, you can get 8 marks out of the 21. Next, it says understanding the testing process. Test log shows a thorough and detailed understanding of how errors and problems were identified and how they were rectified. This is a part where you show how to fix the problem. So on the test log, the section that you need to fill in most for that part is probably going to be comments and intended action. So what do you intend to do next? And you can go above and beyond. If you fixed it and you want to run the program again to show it's working, and you do a screenshot, stick the screenshot in here. They are going to be small, but don't worry, because you're saving this as a PDF. Whenever the examiner gets it, they can always zoom in to a certain degree and see what you've done. Just make sure that your screenshots are clear enough. When you put them in there, save it, don't compress anything, and you should be good. And finally, it says the solution. The code is fully functional. So you've fixed everything, you've found all the errors, you've made everything work. You get a maximum of 9 marks for that. If you find some of the errors, then you get between 1 and 3 marks. You don't have to find everything to get some marks. If you find most, so most, what does most look like? So let's say we have a total of 10 errors, right? Most errors, in my opinion, would be anything 6 and above. So if you found 5 errors and below, that's some functionality or some errors you found. If you found 6 and above of the 10 errors, that's going to be most, in my opinion, again. And obviously fully functional means that you found every single error, so 9 to 10 of the errors, you fixed all of them, you've detailed how you fixed them, you have screenshots of it working. You will have to submit your code as well, your working code. So don't get too bogged down about doing screenshots showing everything working, because once the examiner gets your code, they have to run it, they have to put some data in, they have to test to see if it works.